Napoli winning the Serie A is for sure. What's interesting is looking at Napoli in terms of how they could do in the Champions League.
Mudryk, technically, he's only making like 17 million. His contract is 100 million, but it's over the course of 8 or 9 years.
50 matches in a row. That's the Barcelona formula.
In La Liga.
Stop playing with me.
Add another young Brazilian to it. Endrick, no, I'm excited for it, bro. And Benz needs some backup. We need a next striker, so.
We never ever saw Atletico Madrid fans put up a doll and hang a Cristiano Ronaldo doll. You don't remember?
The one
Huh?
who
You said,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I said who's at ball out of the 5 of us.
Now you said he was the worst.
I don't think. I don't.
Who played the worst?
Who played
Say
the
it.
worst?
Say it, bro.
I asked y'all.
I don't know.
Say it,
I think
bro.
my performance was outstanding.
Hey man, just know you can't be saying that sitting next to me.
Oh,
I'm just saying.
We have the
'Cause
tape, so.
yeah, we got that.
And we
on
got
camera.
put like the.
I don't think that was on
live, bro.
camera.
We
That
might
wasn't
put
on
the
camera.
full thing on Patreon for real.
the full
Nah, like
5
the
aside.
full- yeah, like unedited, like just put it out. They'll watch. I'm so dead ass.
Who got Meg the most?
Y'all got that. Be honest. I don't know.
Nah, I
Did I
got caught
get
a
Meg?
couple times. I got caught.
All
a
I'm
couple
saying
times.
is when I got Meg, I actually stopped y'all from getting the ball. So the ball went through. But
Yo,
that counts.
what?
Eli,
That
I
counts.
I begged you once.
What
does that
count for?
If
I
you
begged
meg
once
me,
and got around you.
if you stop it.
We'll check,
Stop it.
We'll check now.
No, you did it.
All right, who got the most megs is the question if y'all remember.
I had a few.
Because I had,
I had
I had a few.
yeah.
I had 3.
I had at least.
But you had 1 on me though. You had 2 on me.
Two, come on, he said what?
Yeah, yeah.
You had the nastiest one. I'm not gonna say who was on the other end of it, but
Yeah, nah.
Was it on me?
It was a couple good ones out there.
No, the one where I slid was crazy.
Oh.
The
Yeah,
one where
I
slid
did
was
you a
crazy.
bit, you know.
Yeah. I definitely jumped at you crazy though.
Either way, I'm like I told
And
y'all
I laid
before.
there.
this guy's it.
I'm just happy that like we actually all can play.
Yeah, facts,
I'm not
facts.
gonna lie. I was anticipating. I don't know what I was.
Yeah, yeah.
Who did you think was
anticipating,
gonna be
but-
the worst?
Yeah, who did you think was gonna do worse?
I didn't know because y'all all played high school. That was our
that was
first
our first
time
time.
ever playing together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a fact.
It was fire. But that's the thing. I know that if anything, I thought I was gonna be the worst because I'm the one with the least like organized
don't think you are?
experience. I'm not. Oh no, I do not. I do not think I am.
This is working out perfectly.
All right, can we just say
This is working out perfectly.
for one? Here's what
Our perspective and our perspective only.
From our perspective only. From my
VAR.
one thing I know for sure, I'm the fastest.
Okay.
You didn't race me.
I'm the.
Nah, he's definitely the fastest.
I used to hurdle,
You
bro.
see my strides,
Wait, I have a
cousin?
question.
His
What?
shit-
Because he's Caribbean, he's
His, nah,
fast.
his
Bro,
shit's
listen.
kind of
I would
scary.
say this: you ran the hardest. Fast as you ran the
He
hardest.
ran so hard his ankle rolled in 2 minutes.
I run
Nah, I was like,
ankle, bro.
you were getting after it, bro. We were kind of chilling. Sometimes you never stopped. Like you was
I'm
getting after
running.
No.
I'm competitive.
It. No, we know. We
I'm
saw.
competitive.
Yeah.
But
Saying goals,
Yeah,
and
we
goals,
saw.
and goals.
it
We
was
had to-
good.
we had
That
to
was
score
a goal
forward.
though. That was a goal. The when you tried, y'all tried.
Yeah, that
to
was
wave
wild,
off.
That was not a goal. And that's the
Bro, that was such a. We
Yo,
haven't
he invented so many goals.
No, bruh.
He scored like 10 goals.
Nobody
That didn't
invented
happen.
goals. All I know is that
We were on for like 10 minutes straight, bro.
Gabe and I had the most wins together. You
By
know what
far.
I'm saying? The duo.
And y'all made us break up.
You know what I'm saying? It was
Yeah.
one of those.
Where we go, fandas.
You know what I mean?
Here you
I'm
go.
trying-
That
my
was the first
question-
time they're used to y'all used to playing.
Yeah, y'all already got chemistry
together. Come on,
No,
y'all
we
We
don't.
already got
actually
the
have played
chemistry.
together like
Y'all got
4 times
y'all got
in life.
chemistry from communicating and stuff.
No. I mean, how does that translate?
You know what I'm saying?
Niggas gonna be friends and not know how to play.
Either way, all I'm saying is, any podcast, any
Oh yeah.
media
Bring the
people,
fucking
anybody,
smoke, nigga.
period.
God.
Not
yeah,
scared.
y'all not messing with 5-a-side.
Nah,
Like,
you're
we're-
not.
Yeah, we code with it.
Yeah.
But-
Just target Eli's ankles. And,
Nah, the thing that was
and y'all
No,
will
don't-
be-
Nah, Eli got to be on defense.
I'm gonna
Eli,
I'm-
you on defense for us, bro? Because I
Huh?
like you on defense. Like this
on
Friday.
defense. Nah, I
This
hustle.
Friday?
I hustle.
This
I'll
Friday
be on
holding it
defense.
down?
I'll be
All
on
right, it's lit.
defense, yeah.
What's our
'Cause
formation?
when I-
Oh yeah, no, that's a good
We gotta
question.
talk
What's
about
the
it. What's our
formation?
formation?
What's the
Us
formation
five.
for Friday?
Before we get to the formation, that's a fact too. When I first got to the pitch, went up to Seb, I said the best baller's gotta say hello first. He said, "On God, how are you?"
That's what I said. I said, how are you?
Yeah, bro.
All I know,
Come on.
all I know is on Friday I'm up top.
Pause.
Number
But-
9.
We want that.
What?
I'm playing, bro. First of all, that's not even an insult to you. Like,
No, I'm
some
not gonna-
players of different positions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
We gonna start rolling
we
like
in it, bro.
that.
Yeah.
But
it.
And for a fact,
I'ma
I
do a
definitely
formal
think,
intro, too.
I'm
I
in
don't
the
know
middle.
if Kendrick will be best as a midfielder.
Nah, I'm not mid. I'm
Like-
number 9, bro.
Yeah, he needs.
Turn and shoot, bro.
Nah, I'm not gonna lie,
also
bro.
pressure also just to press the top.
Yeah, like,
You know.
yeah, for sure.
Seb definitely a midi.
Yeah.
I'm in too.
Yeah.
I'm wherever y'all need me.
1-3-1.
Man, I'm a
1-3-1.
multifaceted.
1-3-1.
Okay.
1-3-1
I played
is cool.
further back, so we
Yeah.
2-3-1.
player. As long as my ankle heals.
3-1.
But
Double
I've been
pivot.
icing it. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
Being my skill.
1-3-1 double.
Number
Anyway,
one remedy in the
Just
world.
tell them that no one can see us.
Yeah,
Huh?
That's it. No
Oh
one can
no,
see
it's
us.
actually a wrap. Yeah.
Soon,
that's a fact.
soon we'll be hosting tournaments and stuff.
We need a charity match.
Yeah,
We'll get
charity
all-
match.
all your
We'll do
favorite
like
celebs.
5 to play, 5v5.
We should do a WTF charity match.
Ooh.
Yeah, all y'all getting cooked.
WTF
Yeah.
on a ball?
Bro, I'm Megan Mall.
Wolf was getting a 2-footed tackle to the chest.
Nah, I feel like Wolf could be like he's chilling, but then once he gets on the
CDM,
field,
bro,
it's like it's a
CDM.
beast.
It's bare shoulders.
You really
I was
see
about to say,
Definitely
Wolf look
CDM.
like he'll throw an elbow for no reason. So,
Yeah, we doing it.
All right.
Yo, all right, man.
Shall we?
Yeah. 5-A-SIDE podcast, footy discussion from our perspective and our perspective only. And today you are joined by
Sebastian.
Kendrick.
Elisha.
Gabriel.
Josh.
Yes, and we appreciate y'all for tuning in to 5-A-SIDE podcast, whether you're listening on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, whether you're watching on YouTube, we appreciate you. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like this video. Subscribe for real, though, because we're approaching 1,000 subscribers. Okay, so if y'all want to get us to that count, make sure you subscribe to 5-A-SIDE.
Yes.
Today, we talking about all sorts of footy from all over the world, from Napoli being first in the Serie A to Palmeiras winning versus Flamengo. The Brazilian Super Cup, that 16-year-old boy Endrick, who's going to Real Madrid, just
Hold up.
won.
Come on, Endrick.
He's not going to, he's not going to
Buddy.
Chelsea.
Come on,
But
G.
yeah,
R9 in the making again. Come on.
from
That's a big claim, man.
No, I'm manifesting it. I don't know. He's 16, bro. I don't know.
For sure.
either way, Real Madrid is always stealing somebody. Also,
We love Brazilians.
yeah, there's some controversy with Chelsea too. I see you bold as hell for
Yeah.
wearing that jersey.
There's no
when we gonna talk
controversy.
about
Soviet
financial fair
controversy,
play
nigga.
with Chelsea.
Yeah.
But we gonna get into
Okay.
we gonna get into all of that this week. First, starting with Victor Osimhen, top scorer in the Serie A.
14 scored against
Napoli.
today. Woo.
Napoli right now are in first place, 53 points, 13 points away from second place.
Second place is, I mean, right now it's Atalanta, although it's changing. I think it's
Is
Atalanta.
Duvan
Inter.
Zapata still on the team?
Enter second place
Really?
with 40 points. Lazio has 38 points at third.
Really?
Oh, there's 3 consecutive 38 pointers.
Right.
Lazio got 38, Atalanta has 38, Milan, AC Milan has 38 at fifth place. It's tight.
Is Duvan Zapata still balling out for Atalanta?
Yeah.
I like him a lot,
Yes.
bro. He's dope.
Yes.
He's dope.
Where he from again?
He's
South-
Colombian.
Yeah,
So the
Colombian.
Serie A is close.
American.
It's
At
very
least- at
close.
least the Champions
least
League
the,
spots.
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Champions League spots are close.
It wasn't that close 2 weeks ago. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Napoli running away with it though.
Yeah, I think Napoli will definitely win the league, and I'm happy for them. I think like
Hold on.
most Italian fans are happy for them, like regardless of what like club you support.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of like goodwill for Napoli as a club and Napoli as a city. They deserve it. They've been waiting since like I think the 70s and the 80s since Maradona wanted with them to
I
win
was
the
about
league.
to say RP.
So yeah, I mean they have the best midfield in the world right now, like
Fair.
for sure. With Zelensky and what's his name, the Cameroonian, whatever. They have the best
I get what
midfield
you're talking about,
in the world right now. They have one of the most inspiring and like probably one of the most highly touted like transfer targets for this summer in Kvaratskhelia. And then of course with Osimhen up top, who has 14 goals now.
And is better than Harry Kane.
Wow. Okay.
That's not true, bro.
You don't think so?
Right now, are we talking
Yeah.
about right now who's better or
Oh, inform. I mean, the
Yeah.
boy's informed, but this Kane's been there long.
No, Kane's career obviously is better. I'm just saying right now, I'm taking
Kane's
Victor.
career?
And he's young.
Kane's career is what though?
Kane's career is
In
no
terms of
trophy.
goals is good, but it's
as an
trophy-less, for
individual player, bro? Harry Kane's had
No,
a great career.
he's had a
so
great
far,
career,
and
yeah.
he's not done yet. But if we're talking over, also Osimhen is younger.
sure. Yeah.
So-
but that's the thing though. If he's getting better, bro.
Yeah,
his
if we're
peak
talking
might
about
be
an overall
scary.
catalog as an individual,
Yeah, it's
Harry
not a fair
Kane's-
comparison.
yeah, has been
Yeah,
better.
yeah.
Right now,
I'm saying
though,
for the United shit. For next
Victor
fight.
is-
Yeah.
Regardless, I think that Napoli winning the Serie A is for sure.
Mhm.
What's interesting is looking at Napoli in terms of how they could do in the Champions League. And I know we kind of briefly touched on it last week, but the more I watch them, and like I actually went back and I watched a lot of their highlights this weekend. Also, my little brother's a Napoli fan, so he like kind of made me. And he kept giving me the argument of how like there is no way that Napoli doesn't go far in the tournament. I know you were saying that if Napoli meets like a tough team, then it's likely that they won't like be able to deal with that challenge. but the confidence that they have, aside from the fact that they aren't just some like small team with like a cool story that's doing big things. What's interesting about Napoli is that they happen to be like a project that's been going on for almost 6 years now.
Yeah.
And what they did this summer is they replaced the old pieces of a project that was working and put in a bunch of young players. So, in all honesty, I don't think that any team beats Napoli right now in the Champions League. I think that with the momentum that they have and the luck that they have to be playing, and I'm going to check right now, and you can rebuttal if you have a rebuttal, but I'm going to look to see who Napoli is playing next. But I think they're good for this Champions League
I
stuff.
think, have they ever won it?
The champs?
Yeah.
No.
Bro, the Champions League seems
They
to
play
be the
Frankfurt.
most...
They play Frankfurt
It
next.
seems to be the most mentally difficult part of the sport because Man City should have won it by now.
Yeah.
PSG should have won it by now. So that's the only reason I say it. Pure form, talent. That's why they're going to win the league because it's a marathon, not a sprint, right? Yeah. Over the course of a season, they're going to be the best team. Over the course of those 2 games, you got second leg at the Bernabeu or Allianz Arena. It's a different vibe, bro. I don't know if they can do it.
So
they're going through
They get
that.
past Frankfurt,
Yeah.
and now it's even more momentum, even more like.
Yeah, they should get past Frankfurt.
Yeah.
Where's the first game?
Yeah.
First game is in.
Because they get a sneaky little 1-0 loss in
the
Germany.
First game
it gets
is
scary.
in Germany.
Yeah, I'm saying it's their area of margin is just so small that
because
even if they're the best team, they might not win it, bro.
Because it's Frankfurt, then
they should go through.
I think it's more predictable to say that they're gonna go through to the next round.
It's more late.
But at the same time, like you said, the Champions League is one of those competitions where being like technically the best team is not enough. Like there's a mental game to it.
Yeah.
And this is why Real Madrid are so successful in it, because once they
14.
realize the type of energy and the confidence and just the feeling that it takes to go far or to win the Champions League, they always have that advantage because there's so many of those players who are still, on the team or who've been influenced closely by players who are on the team. I'm looking at, there's really like from like the OG Real Madrid 3-year run. Who is there left? Like Cruz, Modric, and Courtois wasn't there back then. Marcelo,
Carvajal,
Benzema.
Benzema.
So there's not like a whole lot of them, but there's still a lingering DNA in that team.
However, the last thing I'll say about Napoli is like every single time they play a Champions League game or they have played a Champions League game this season, videos will come out from the way that the city of Napoli is set up is like it's a bunch of like government project buildings that are around the Maradona Stadium. So the way that it works is you have like the whole community watching from the balconies that you can see above the stadium. And then every time like the Champions League anthem plays, like the entire city screams like the champions. So the whole city is like shaking. That type of Champions League DNA, that 12th man like stuff really makes a difference, and I'm rooting for them. So yeah.
Look, man, we got.
I think they're. I was just gonna say, like, from a neutral perspective, I think a lot of people would be cool with Napoli winning. I know they're tired of my team. No one really cares about Bayern winning, shit like that. PSG or City might be a good story too, but I think Napoli people would get behind.
Yep. Especially if they actually play well and it's entertaining.
Right. Yeah, no, they play.
We don't want that Tottenham Liverpool
dog.
Like that was so boring. We want an entertaining Champions League. But yeah, Italian teams overall are making a lot of news right now in football though. Like we spoke about Juve last week with their ban and their deduction of 15 points in the Serie A, but also right now in the transfer news, Milan is trying to reach some people. Why are you laughing?
Yeah.
Why are you laughing?
I'm enjoying.
Okay, AC Milan is trying. AC Milan is trying to acquire Christian Pulisic from Chelsea.
He should go.
I gotta hear what y'all gotta say, bro.
He's played he's missed like 30 something matches.
Is he hurt now?
From injury.
Has he gotten?
Is he hurt?
Listen, as somebody who's
he's hurt now,
as somebody who's nursing an injury myself, I can attest to this.
We thought you were playing around.
I could attest to this. See, this is the problem: is I joke around so much.
Too much.
When I actually got injured, y'all thought I was playing.
So for those, obviously, I was there.
I thought somebody was filming you.
Yeah, right. This dude is acting like he's injured because he was, but it was the middle of like a U16 practice for like a very legitimate
on
youth
their
club,
field.
and he's on their field, like in the middle, like laying there. Like, bro's not playing around. They're trying to go to nationals and
the
shit.
coach of the team is coming over trying to check on him. Like,
bro.
are you okay?
I mean, I appreciate it.
He's on the ground like,
Bro, he was like, you play way too much, bro. Like, that was
I was really hurt. Yeah, my ankle twisted, but
Now you hearing a Pico.
Hey, come on. Now I'm hearing a Pico.
Hey,
And all
Ashy the classy.
cream colors.
Nigga matching the fucking carpet too. I like it.
Hey, I knew that it was gonna be there. I'm a prophet. I've been telling y'all.
Right.
There's a reason why I predicted
Not sweating, bro.
everything that was supposed to be happening in the World Cup. Everything that happened, I predicted it for a reason. I'm a prophet. You know what I'm saying? Go back and check my record.
me too,
you know
me
what I'm
too.
saying? But yeah, essentially, speaking of injury, yeah, he's been injured a lot.
Yeah.
AC Milan won him. You don't think there's anything that would actually make you feel compelled to keep him?
Aside from like feeling bad.
Because it looks super easy for you to just be like, yeah, like he needs to go.
Yeah. I mean, aside from the fact that I wish that he had more of an opportunity to perform and show the Premier League what he could do, there's nothing else really. There's no other incentive. He barely got to play for us. When he played for us, he looked good. But there was also a lot of times where he looked like he wasn't even on the pitch. And so at the end of the day, like, your team is just getting another like hurt, another Hazard.
So
bro.
the next question is: does Sebastian, the AC Milan fan, want Pulisic at his club? The answer is fuck no. I don't want him at my club.
Really? Not even as like a
No.
sub type of
No, I was
No,
about-
because we have to
to
pay him a lot of money. He's gonna get a ton of attention from random American fans that don't know anything about the Serie A, and then we're gonna have to deal with that for the next 6 months.
What if he
We
actually
already
plays
have Dest,
well?
who is terrible. No,
You keep saying Dest is
Yeah,
terrible.
you need to chill with that, bro.
Is he really?
Why?
I don't think
Nah,
he's
he
terrible.
performed
He said
out
he
against
go to the
Dest.
last 5 games, right? You think we've won any of the last 5 games? Yes or no question?
I heard
The answer is
Tomori's
no.
been
How did
shit
y'all give up
recently, and
5?
He's a center back. And that also doesn't mean he's bad, like, overall.
I would say,
That's all there is to say. That's just so bad.
chatting about Pulisic, he's a very streaky player. There was a point, I don't know if it was, the pandemic years are all together.
Yeah, right when the Premier League restarted.
Yeah,
went
like
crazy.
he was
Yeah.
balling, and so it's definitely like, okay, like if he's actually a super sub and you play him that way, he could have been. Do you remember when Chelsea played Madrid?
Yeah, he cooked us.
Yeah, like there's
Bro,
times he could do.
he's a
well.
Champions League
It's
winner.
not on
It's not
brand.
like he's-
Serie A is not one of those leagues where like you get time to perform. You don't like the fans are not like that. The coaches are not like that. The
You
media.
can say the Prem isn't like
Prem
that,
is the same
though.
shit.
But it's
though.
that's what I'm saying. It's not the type of league where he should go to find himself. Like as a player that's a winger, I don't think that it's the right thing he should
All right,
do.
so you should go to Newcastle.
In my
So,
opinion,
I
he
like
should
the
go to
Newcastle
France.
move
To be
or
honest,
Leeds.
he should go to France, go to a Monaco, go to a Nice or something.
Yeah.
Get his like inflate his stats and then come back.
Come on now.
Do a Pepe.
I like
does
I like
that-
the Newcastle move.
How does that gonna feel for just the narrative of having like the top American player in the Premier League in a club as big as Chelsea? Because we're hearing of
Yeah, he doesn't
McKennie
play, bro.
coming to Leeds, and yeah, but still like
Is he the top American player? Is really the question now.
right now.
As Adams has gotten better, as McKinney's gotten
Nobody's
better.
checking for Adams.
World
bro,
Cups.
other than U.S. fans.
No.
Honestly.
Clubs are.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
And we're talking about knowing ball
I'm
too.
talking
Like,
about in terms of
I mean,
like American
McKennie is by
fandom.
far the best American player.
but no, I'm
Who?
saying actual
In terms of
talent. Yeah,
usefulness.
what Musa's
You think-
getting
And
into.
Musa as well. And Musa. as
I
well,
would
yeah.
say Musa,
That's
bro.
true.
Gio peak too. Like Pulley's really good, but like he's our star boy for
Yeah, that's what
marketability.
it is, yeah.
But pure talent and actual ability in production, even if he is the best American player, he's not that far above the other guys.
I think
and I don't know if he's the best player, to be honest.
In terms of Pulisic, what also
Yeah.
made him stand out from just his growth and like the way that he's been like, the American stars. Also
Yeah.
due to that, his style of play, I believe, is something that you didn't see often in Americans previously.
Yep.
The fact that he's shifty and technical.
And a bit
And
direct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, being an attacking player, a little entertaining when he can, you know what I'm saying? So I
Mhm. Going abroad as a teenager too, that kind
was
of
about to
vibe.
say, who on the US men's national team actually plays like him?
Mhm.
Tim, maybe.
Yeah,
I would say Gio for sure. I think Gio's gonna be our best player out of all these guys.
Kevin Paredes.
And then, hey, shout out Kevin.
So
Kevin Paredes. But I was gonna say though,
he
so
scored.
You don't mind.
saw
You
that.
don't mind.
yeah, so.
You don't mind Pulisic leaving. You don't really want him on your team. Would you want him at United?
Pulisic, there was a time. I mean, granted, our wings are kind of.
There was a time.
Do you want Christian Pulisic on United right now?
Listen to this stat and then answer that question.
Yeah.
Since 2016, the 24-year-old has missed 63 matches between Dortmund and Chelsea due to injury or illness, amounting to a total of 467 lost days on the pitch.
That's a fact.
How many?
Feel better, Christian.
Yeah, like it's sad, but as a GM, as a fan, as a manager, it's actually like, is it worth it?
No.
Kendrick, a businessman.
Let me say though, per season, that's like 8 to 9. That's like 8 to 9 games per season.
Quick man.
But
not crazy.
but I don't think it was evenly spread out like that.
That's
I think
true.
there was some seasons where he just
Yeah.
missed more games than others. But either way, I think that I hope he goes through maybe that Rashford reincarnation
Yeah.
to where he finds his confidence again and stays healthy. I don't know what his health regimen is.
Yeah.
And why he keeps getting
He
injured
needs
like
some
this.
iron.
But maybe, Pulisic, go to Haiti, bro. Like we got some leaves. We got some castor oil.
We got some leaves.
We got some leaves, bro. You
You
boil
got-
that, you make some tea, and you'll be all right. Any footballer out there
It's a fact.
who want to heal quickly, just go over to Haiti, man, or anywhere in the Caribbean, and we got y'all.
There's certain leaves and trees in Ghana we call a neem tree. You'll go and clear your sickness.
That's a fact. Yeah. That's a fact, bro. People be listen.
You'll come back.
Yeah, they're crazy.
Different football.
Dr. CB was controversial for a reason, bro. The pharmaceutical industry don't want
Aye,
people to know
aye,
that.
That nigga had the
We gonna bleep that because I don't want us to get shut.
That nigga got
Yo,
arrested. Didn't that
I
nigga
felt
get
like the
arrested
light
for
started
fraud?
flickering as soon as I
I
said
got
that.
arrested for fraud, bro. That's
But-
We
crazy.
about to get a shadow ban.
You said Rashford, right?
Yeah.
Yo, just real quick, this Selly's not from Rashford. Next.
Who's it from?
First off, Chouameni did it in the World Cup. People was doing it in 2006. Like, that shit's been
Oh
around.
my
That's
god,
what I'm saying.
bro.
Next.
Can a black man have anything?
Right.
Chouameni's black, bro.
It's very funny.
Can a black man have anything?
Yo, you're dumb as hell.
Nah, it's a
So you wouldn't want him a Pulisic at United?
United. I mean, right now, no, because if you look at the winger situation, who'd he come in for? We already have Garnacho as well. Anthony has to get settled.
Yo,
Sanchez get
put some
settled.
respect on Garnacho, bro. Not you, but like in general.
I think
that's
people
what-
do, though.
That's what I'm saying.
He's
Yeah.
hyped, right? I
And
think he's
so,
hyped.
like,
too.
if you're bringing in a player like Pulisic, at the point in his career, he wants game time and to be regular, so it'll be tough.
Yeah.
Would you want him at Real?
Off the bench, I think we could use some depth, but he's not going to do that. And Madrid is a vicious ass media place. It's like playing sports in New York in America. Like, that's tough. So
I hope he gets over
we need a
it.
backup striker.
This whole ordeal. I wouldn't pick him at Barca too. I'm not gonna lie,
I was
or put him at as a super
That was
sub.
Benzema.
But
How is he?
Mhm.
Scoring goals.
That's good.
as always, But yo, I want a moment to gloat right now because like I said last episode, Barcelona are back, and I'm very happy with my team right now. They're bringing me a lot of happiness, but not just on the men's side, on the women's side too.
Facts.
Yes.
Barcelona's women's team has now won 50 matches in a row.
Wow.
50 matches in a row. That's the Barcelona formula.
In La Liga.
Stop playing with me. That's what we do. That's what we do. We're champions. We're winners. Okay? I'm proud of my team, and I'm so happy to be part of a club that can win 50 matches in a row. Let me tell y'all something real quick. This is not 50 unbeaten. This is just wins.
In the league.
No draws.
In the league. Not in the
Okay,
Champions
still,
League,
that
lost the
don't
final.
it don't matter.
No,
Like 50
Big up
consecutive.
Yourself. Big up yourself.
Go
man.
crazy.
50-0 like Mayweather.
Yeah.
50
Yeah,
is
yeah. 50 and all like, man. Come on, bro.
Floyd.
That's,
Come on.
yeah.
FC
Nice.
Floyd. That's what we're gonna call ourselves now.
Shout
Nah,
out
50
to
is crazy.
Shout out to AC Milan as well. She,
Yeah.
I think is the 4th highest goal scorer for Barcelona now. The women's side. So
And
it's
the-
good to see.
Young black Spanish girl, Little Lopez.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
the homie.
And
Excited to see her this.
She a lefty, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Excited to
tough.
see her this in the World Cup for España, bro.
Yeah.
And they just won the youth competition too. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say 50. Like the number actually needs to like settle in your head.
50 's
when you
crazy.
actually think about it. I think
2 straight
the
seasons.
highest like club winning streak below that is like the men's Ajax team from like the 70s, and it was like 26. Like that's the longest winning streak.
Yeah.
And so to think about a team actually achieving 50, it's like the players actually don't know how to lose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you walk on the pitch every game,
They-
like we're actually about
They
to
own
win.
La Liga. The only thing they can lose
Like,
in.
that's nuts, bro.
Only thing they can
crazy.
lose in is the Champions League to Lyon. That's about it.
Or
Everything
Chelsea.
else,
Yeah.
I don't know.
You make it to the
Or
final.
Chelsea.
You make it to the final. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think that that's definitely commendable. I think
It's a
we've seen a lot of people, a lot of media pages on the internet, speak about it, but I don't think enough people are talking about the magnitude
50
of,
so crazy.
But
how
guys,
how important it is to win 50 matches
is it a good thing
in a
though?
row.
Is it a good thing that a club is able to win 50 games in a row?
Yeah, I mean that's cool.
You as a Barca fan can say it's cool, but if
You saying for the
we
for La
shit on
Liga?
Bayern every single day for
Yeah, but-
winning the league over and over again.
This is different though.
this is
Why?
Bayern
the
is
women's
8
league
years.
is still getting set up. Real Madrid's team is maybe 3 years old,
Mhm.
literally, and they're just now spending the money to buy all these big star girls. So it's gonna completely change over time.
I'm just asking because
Um,
I'm sure there's a listener listening right now going,
it's
okay, a
boring.
club won 50 years, won 50 games straight. That cannot be good for the
50
growth of
years
the league.
OD.
Like that can't be good for the growth of the league.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, What would you say to that?
I just feel like
someone's thinking.
nah. I'm saying
That's a good
objectively,
point.
it's like I completely understand if somebody is like, damn,
It actually,
if a team wins 50 matches in a row,
Yeah.
is it that they're that good, or is it that there's something wrong with the league, or is it that people are gonna have less interest in matches because they'll feel like, oh, Barca's gonna win, like that's expected.
Mhm.
Part of the entertainment of
Sports.
sports is the
Yeah.
unpredictability.
yeah.
So if they keep winning, people might lose interest. But I
Yeah.
think that again, because it's so new and
It's not though.
no. I think it's new for these things to be broadcasted on,
I'ma see how old the
on
league
this
is.
stage. Like we don't
I think it's like the 80s.
we haven't spoken about women's football to this magnitude ever in history. Like it's just growing more and more every single day.
Yeah.
And so I think that it's good that news like this like or something we speak on. And I think that it's important that it happens because it's only gonna motivate other teams. It's only gonna motivate other players to double down on their performances because they're like, I want to break this record. I want to beat now Real or any other team might be like, I want to beat Barca streak,
Yeah.
or I want to be the team that takes them down. And now it might make the opposite. Now every time they play, people might be watching like, damn, are they gonna lose today?
Yeah.
Or what's
It brings
how
way
is
more
that
attention.
gonna translate to how the other teams treat Barca players too?
Yeah.
That might bring some extra beef and
Yeah.
some extra drama. So
Yeah.
you know, I think it's for the entertainment of the game. I think it helps.
It is, bro, because everyone's not everyone, but like major sports publications and women's sports things are talking about 50 straight wins. If they had 25, or if they had 50 unbeaten, or if they had something less people are gonna talk about it. So it's actually bringing more attention for sure.
Yeah.
And you know, Real Madrid wants to beat Barca in every sport, including they have basketball teams, everything. So that team is new. You know, Florentino's gonna throw the extra bread. They're gonna try to buy some stars too, like for sure, bro.
I was gonna
It's
build,
good for the league.
Floyd Femeni, come on.
you know what I mean?
Oh,
I was gonna build off of that too. So for instance, with the fact that Barca's done really well, obviously it could, seem like a monopoly, I think is what you guys are saying. Same time too, it puts on for the sport because a lot of like the home matches for Barcelona where they were breaking records.
Yeah.
As well as viewership.
It's good
Yeah.
for the sport
They
overall.
had the
for sure.
highest. They had the highest viewership in the Women's Champions League
I
last
mean-
year, like 90K.
Feel me? And they had what Ballon d'Or winner.
yeah.
It's on the team, so it's a lot of eyes.
Yeah, they
Listen-
sold out the Camp Nou.
Listen, man, at the end of the day, shout out to Barcelona. Like I said, on the men's side, on the women's side, we up. You know what I'm saying? Barcelona,
For
Football
now.
Club Barcelona is up.
They moving
Again,
like the
we beat
US.
Real Madrid last time we played them, but I ain't nothing
Talk to
crazy.
me at the end of the season
But,
when niggas lift the trophies.
they move-
Yeah, I
like
mean,
the
we're first
US.
right now in La Liga. So, yeah, it's a good time to be a Barca fan. It's also a great time. It's also low-key a great time to be a Real Madrid fan. Y'all have the reigning Ballon d'Or winner.
Yes.
The team they just beat Atletico Madrid in a very intense match.
Fuck them niggas.
But before we even get to the Atletico match
That's how
versus
you
Real
feel?
Madrid,
For sure.
y'all
What?
have-
after the Vini shit, yeah, fuck them niggas.
y'all have a very exciting player coming in, Endrick
do.
from Palmeiras, who
Yes,
just
sir.
won the Supercopa
Jersey right there.
Supercopa de Brazil
Yeah, I see it.
versus Flamengo, and
And break it down.
his performance in that match. Break it down for
What's
us.
this one?
So
Fluminense.
Palmeiras just played Flamengo in the Supercopa de Brazil. Palmeiras won 4-3. In a really good game, like it was back and forth, 1-1, 2-2, 3-3, 4-3. And the main thing about that game, the main takeaway was two things. One, Gabigol for Flamengo, who is someone that has tried to make it in Europe a few times. He went to Inter, he went to Benfica, and like didn't really perform to the level that he was been able to in Brazil. So it's interesting that there's a striker that's like insane in the Brazilian league that can't do it in Europe, whereas like there's all these young Brazilians that are able to make the switch. So that's something to think about. But Endrick's performance was really interesting because it wasn't that he like did anything in terms of stats, but the way that this team full of like veterans, the Palmeiras team is like I think the average age I saw on Twitter was like 26, 27.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the way that they respect this like 16-year-old kid is like something I've never seen before.
Yeah.
And maybe it's because I don't watch the Brazilian league enough, and maybe it's because I haven't seen the way that young players are treated in Brazil. But just in my opinion, for 30-year-olds and 31-year-olds to be deferring to a 16-year-old on the field in a cup final, the way that they were doing to him was
Yeah.
ridiculous. So congratulations to you as a Real fan.
Yeah.
You have a natural leader in
To
a
be-
16-year-old.
I'm
To be
excited for
fair,
that, bro.
though, I think just in Brazil overall,
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you break down to how you feeling about him coming
Yeah.
in. But I think that in Brazil, they're there's a culture established, I think, of trusting young players
Yeah.
because there's so many of them that, or at least the superstars. There's so
Yeah.
many of them like Neymar's or even Gabriel Jesus and
Vini, Rodrigo.
Vini, Rodrigo. Even back in the days like R9 and up like way back to even Pele.
Yeah.
There's been a culture of once we have that kid
Mhm.
who's a superstar and who's really a baller and we trust in his abilities, like we're not gonna treat him like a kid anymore.
Yeah.
Like, we're gonna let him do what he does and
He's 16.
use him as much
Yeah.
as possible
Listen,
to win.
bro,
But yeah, it's crazy. He's
Wenger
16 years
says
old.
himself, when you're good enough, you're old enough.
Yeah.
Facts.
And Pele won the World Cup at what, 17?
Yeah.
Won twice in the final.
It's definitely a teenager sport if you look at
Yeah.
it historically.
And like for Brazil, bro, they have all these, like you said, all these teenagers who go and we see what they become, some of the best players we've ever seen, if not the best player we've ever seen, with guys like Pele and Ronaldo and all that stuff. So yeah, I think they're used to trusting teenagers. But in terms of Real Madrid, now very excited to have Endrick. All of our recent Brazilian buys have been incredible, honestly. From what Vini has become, bro. And I saw people saying, because we were talking about like how Vini's kind of taking the Neymar role a little bit, saying, oh, well, when Neymar was 22, he was doing way better. I'm like, last year, Vini had 44 goals and assists, won La Liga, won the Champions League, scored in the final, and is cooking every defender every time he touches the ball, bro. Like, he's been incredible. Today, he had like 7 megs. He was gliding through everybody, bro. So we got Vini, Rodrigo,
7 megs.
all those, maybe not literally 7, but like
he
3 or
sounded
4.
like me.
Yeah, bro. Almost as good as you.
Nah, it's crying.
Nah, and then you think about Rodrigo, all the comeback goals he had last season and stuff. Like, add another young Brazilian to it. Endrick, no, I'm excited for it, bro. And Benz needs some backup. We need a next striker, so
As you
you're
should.
gonna be seeing him next year, bro.
But to be
You're gonna be
honest,
seeing-
though, we're talking on the footballing sense. It's exciting for him
Yeah.
to be coming to Barca, but
Real Madrid.
But going to Real Madrid or going to Spain overall,
Yeah.
seeing the climate right now in terms of
Yeah, Vinny.
race,
Yeah.
especially Vinicius, I don't know why he's somebody that they're attacking so much.
It's crazy.
Not that I would want other black players in La Liga to be attacked, but
Yeah.
he's been the subject of a lot of
Yeah.
racial attacks recently.
Yeah.
Most recent one is, and you can translate the sign for
Yeah.
us, that the Atletico Madrid hung over a bridge
Mm-hmm.
with a doll with a Vinicius Jr. jersey.
Mm-hmm.
And what did the sign read?
It said Madrid hates Real.
Yeah. And that's something that I feel like the Atletico fans could have hung that banner up by itself. But the fact that they had that up over a bridge for cars to see, for, for the whole public to see, with a doll with a noose around its head, a black doll,
That shit
with a
is crazy.
Vinicius jersey. That's a hate crime.
That shit is crazy, bro.
Like, that's nuts.
the history of lynchings of black people, to have a doll of that with a jersey hanging over a bridge, bro. That's like cartel shit.
And
Literally,
people-
cartel
and
be doing
people
shit
are-
like that over bridge.
And
You can look
people
it
are
up.
saying
That's
that, like,
nuts.
maybe that's the history of things in America, and maybe in Spain there's a different context or whatever. And I'm like, yo, there's only a certain type of people who will demonstrate something like that, like hanging a doll signifying like or portraying a living human
And making
being.
sure they got the right color of the doll too.
Come on.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Real Madrid and Atletico have had a rivalry forever. right?
Yeah.
And they have had players on both sides do antagonistic things, right?
Mm-hmm.
One could make a very strong argument that Vinicius Jr. is one of the least antagonistic players
facts.
that Atletico Madrid has ever had to face. And perhaps the most antagonistic player that Atletico's had to face as a Real player is Cristiano Ronaldo.
Just about to say, yeah.
And we never ever saw Atletico Madrid fans put up a doll and hang a Cristiano
they
Ronaldo
didn't
doll.
do shit.
And then all of a sudden Vinicius starts dancing and they want to hang him by his neck
Yeah.
in doll form.
Yeah.
So why are they, is it like a specific thing? Because like, aside from the fact that it's like purely racist, what, like, I don't even know. Like, my train of thought has
No,
died.
but
It's like
that's the
these
No,
thing.
feelings
it's
of-
crazy.
That's the thing. Once you try to make sense
You
of
can't,
it,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I
like
just-
there's,
logic
there's
behind
no
Yeah.
there's no
Yeah.
and there's no way to make sense of it, and this
Yeah.
is why there's so many football fans who are hypocrites in that sense and who want to say that we're the ones who are constantly
Yeah.
bringing race into things. You think that we wanted to walk into the studio, sit down for this podcast today, and talk about a doll of Vinicius Jr. being hung over
Yeah.
a bridge? Like if it didn't happen, we wouldn't have to be talking about
That's
it.
facts.
If the Spanish pundit doesn't get on TV and say that Camavinga is as dark as his suit, or something like that. Like we're not gonna talk about that. If somebody, it's not funny, bro. If somebody doesn't throw a banana on the pitch, we are not gonna talk about it. So it's like the fact that people are also always saying we're race baiting, or we're always making this about race. Like unless y'all make it about race, we not gonna make anything about race. Like if everything was equal, and if the rivalry was, or the display of rivalry was the same towards white players as it is towards black players, we would say, okay, that's just football culture. It might be a little toxic, but it's football culture. But when you're treating a certain race of players differently than others,
it's terrible, bro.
No shit, we're gonna talk about it.
No,
and it's
lie.
Oh, you go, bro.
No, I was just gonna say, hanging a dog by the neck is bad juju, bro.
It's crazy.
I'm telling you. And nah, just to add into that real quick is like, this is not the first time bad shit's been going on with Vini related to race. He's been had like monkey chants thrown at him. I think multiple games. I think this is at least the third racist incident towards him. So hopefully La Liga can actually make some real punishments now. And it doesn't have to necessarily be from like a legal within the laws of Spain standpoint, because I know that can get a little dicey with like how to prove who did it, whatever. But you need to have punishments for these teams. Like Atletico does another thing, be like, nah, y'all playing 3 games with no fans at home. Like because that's the only thing these sick fans are gonna stop doing racist shit, is if they're actually hurting their team that they care about more than their fucking wife and kids. So yeah, and then you know, real quick on like how we bring up race and all this kind of shit, bro. Like this is real life violence towards black people. RIP to Tyre Nichols, who was killed on camera by 5 police officers, bro. Like the violence towards, it's real shit, bro. It's deeper than a fucking sport. That's why we're passionate about this shit, bro. Like, honestly, that shit is crazy. So, RIP to him. And just like, every time you see this racist shit, it's deeper than some sports rivalry thing. Like, this is real life, bro.
That's the thing. It's very easy for a certain group of people to just watch the game and only watch it from a sporting perspective, from a fan's perspective. Like, that's because there's no element of your real life and your identity that's being threatened by the game. So, from our perspective, if race plays a part in it, like if Vinicius Jr., because he's black, is getting these insults, is getting these threats, imagine being a black fan going into the stadium. You like, if Vinny is not being defended or he's not being protected, the fans is definitely not going to be.
I have a question to ask y'all. Have you ever been to a game as a black person in Spain?
Yeah, I've been to 3.
How did that feel? Entering
I
the
feel
stadium?
normal.
Okay.
In terms of, I mean, obviously it's not, Madrid in Spain is not a very black country or city. Yeah. So it would like, I mean, it just felt like being anywhere in Spain, honestly, in terms of the level of diversity. But no weird looks or anything like that. But that would be weird as hell.
Cool.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Because in smaller towns in Italy, because my dad's from
small towns in
Spain,
Italy, gonna be the same shit for sure.
Going to a stadium as a black person is unheard of.
That's crazy.
It's unheard of.
And you're saying the small towns?
Yeah, black people don't go to stadiums in Italy. When it's a small town and you're a black person, like it is not something that you do. You watch the game on TV, or you read about it in the paper. Wow. Or you watch it on YouTube, because like that shit is not,
Wow, that's bad, bro. Yeah. No, I haven't heard of those issues in Spain for fans, but yeah.
Damn. Either way, I do feel like people have a responsibility to speak out, and as long as it keeps happening, we're gonna keep talking about it. That's just plain and simple. Stop it from happening, and we not gonna talk about it.
And really quick, all that little racist shit we did, we beat y'all niggas 3-1 because we own the city. It will always be a Real Madrid city. So tuck your little asses in at night. Knocked you out another cup competition, and Vinny scored and danced on your ass. So Atletico.
Oh my God. Okay.
All right, y'all.
A lot of bleeps.
Oh God.
We good.
Tough to edit that one. On a lighter note, we're gonna introduce a new segment on this podcast called Quick Hot Takes. Right?
Quick hot takes.
Thank you.
The takes that are quick and hot.
Get the ukulele, man. Get that shit out.
Wait, hold on. I got it.
Do that again, bro.
Quick hot takes. Oh, that's horrible.
Nah, that's scary, bro.
Quick hot takes. The takes that are quick and hot.
If you're if you're not watching on YouTube, Eli just pulled out a ukulele, and that is what you're listening to now. That shit sound kind of Spanish though. I like it. Okay.
All right.
You never know what 5ASIDE.
Mad concerning.
Yeah.
That's a good
All right, guys.
Transition.
So here's how this works, right? I'm going to read out a sentence that I saw either on football Twitter or Instagram or TikTok that was a hot take that caught my eye.
Football Twitter.
And y'all are going to raise your hands and express whether or not you agree with this take. So raise your hand.
Raise my hand.
Raise your hand only if you agree.
Can I do another like signal or something?
You can do another signal.
Are we
but it has to be
explaining it?
indicative.
Are we gonna get into it at all?
Quickly?
What's
Very
that?
briefly.
Live it, Mill.
PSG will not win the Champions League in the next 3 seasons.
Raise your hand if you agree.
With that.
Tough.
Eli, explain yourself.
I agree. I think that there's a bad cloud over PSG. I think that if with the team that they've had over the past few years, if they've had their chance already. I don't think their team is any more special right now in 2023 than it was last year, than it was even prior to Messi being there.
Mm-hmm.
They've made the final, they flopped it, and at this point, I just think it's not
flopped
met
it.
for PSG to win the Champions League. On paper, they have the team for it, but I doubt that they're gonna bring themselves to actually do it. I think that again, Messi's able to win the World Cup.
He don't give a fuck.
Mbappe is able to win the World Cup. Neymar has won a whole bunch of things. They're used to winning domestically.
Yeah.
When it comes to the Champions League, I don't think they got it in them.
And they're struggling in France right now, low key.
Yeah.
So I don't think so. I think Bayern's beating them actually.
All right.
Yeah.
Next. Chelsea will not make the Champions League in the next 2 following seasons. So not counting this season,
Can't predict the future.
2023, 2024, and 2024,
They
2025,
will not be in the Champions.
Chelsea will not make the Champions League.
yes,
That's
they
the
will.
take.
Think about who they've acquired this season
Nah, it's,
and what they're actually going to look like after the summer.
Who have they acquired?
Bro, do you want me to go over it again? the list is endless. They collected all the Infinity Stones, bro.
They got a
I
BBL.
don't know about those niggas are Infinity
So,
Stones.
bro,
Ain't
All we
that
have to-
nice.
I mean, we just have to look at the Premier League right now to know who your competition will
I
be,
was
right?
about to say.
We
No,
have
it's tough.
Liverpool's going to get better,
Okay, Liverpool's
and
gonna
I'm starting
look
at
exactly
the bottom. I'm
same.
starting at the bottom.
No, they might
Liverpool's
get
going to get
Jude,
better, right?
Liverpool
Then you're gonna
got
have to
like
deal-
one player.
I understand. They're going to get better in the next 2 years.
Get Jude.
Okay.
Then you have to
It's
deal with
between Real
Newcastle,
Madrid.
who is constantly building, right? The Champions League is top 4. So
Mhm.
Newcastle is constantly building. Arsenal, who is now that's a serious contender every year now. Manchester United, who's a serious contender every year
Mhm.
now. And then, of course, Manchester City. So that's 5 teams now that y'all have to be better than in the next 2 years. And you're
Yeah.
currently in 10th.
Mm-hmm.
And all these young players that you guys have plugged in, you expect to be able to make that like push over teams that are already established and in that position.
Yeah.
Okay. I disagree. But
He's like, yeah.
This man's gonna ride for Chelsea
Not that, yeah.
I mean,
forever, bro.
I don't feel like I need to like I don't know how it's
I know.
not that difficult to see. Like the same way that we saw a team like Arsenal,
Mhm.
who like was struggling for all these seasons on end. They got the pieces together, and look at them now.
Yeah.
They picked up Jesus in the transfer market, and he scored 1 million goals for them in their first couple matches.
Mhm.
a million.
But,
all right.
but
If you actually look at our acquisitions, we actually look like a super team, bro.
that's
Which
No.
doesn't translate
No.
directly to a
not at
victory.
all.
No.
How?
PSG is a
No,
super
no, no,
team.
no, no. I'm saying because you just bought a bunch of
Actually,
niggas, bro.
Okay.
Like Arsenal really
I
put.
really don't feel the need to explain it more.
No, I'm just
He's,
saying it looked like
What?
your owners went crazy. I'm just grabbing all these young, potentially star players. But Arsenal has been a long-term project, and they sucked by Arteta when the team was playing well but not getting results. So I'm just saying that to me is a little bit of a different comparison.
The additions you picked up have mostly been on the offensive side, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, which is also interesting because like even if you look at the Prem now, one argument people have been making about Arsenal is not that other teams aren't good, but actually Arsenal is picking up in a season where Liverpool is not the Liverpool they were a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Man City, as much as Man City is obviously still doing their thing, it's actually not the same Man City before.
Yeah.
You know, United's obviously coming up and stuff like that, and so it's going to be interesting to see if these clubs also bolster, and as well.
Yeah.
I think Chelsea could make it happen. However, being 10th this season,
They might miss it next year.
that's the thing.
But if they do, they'll be back. I think if they miss it this year, they'll definitely be back the year after.
yeah,
They were
Europa League link up.
Hmm?
Europa League link up?
honestly,
My team's in
honestly,
Europa,
because
so-
the last time I'm trying to think, the last time Chelsea was this bad was like 2016. They
Yeah,
came
won
in,
Europa
they
League.
came in like 9th or 10th, and then the following season they were in like 4th or 5th,
Mhm.
and then the following season they were top four again, and then they won the Champions League. So it's like,
Yeah.
I
Y'all
think
have a flip-floppy culture, so it's true.
I think it's also the fact that like actually we haven't seen Arsenal have the potential to go multiple seasons in a row being decent,
Yeah.
which adds another contender that we actually haven't had to think about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, last one. And this one is quick. I saw this and I raised my eyebrow and then I thought about it and I was like, this is interesting. The French league discounting PSG is worse than the Brazilian league.
I don't know anything.
Discounting
about Brazil.
PSG, like taking PSG out is worse than Brazil.
Discounting the talent that
Yeah,
PSG has.
Oh,
It's less talented. So let me
for
rephrase
this
this.
talent. You know
The
what I mean?
French league,
What
not
is
counting
talent? It's
PSG,
hilarious.
is less talented than the Brazilian league.
Ooh.
No.
Yeah, that's a mass thing.
I'm not.
How
not
do
jacking it.
you
I'm not
how do you
jacking it at all.
define talent in football?
Well, well, does the league attract the attention of top clubs?
Oh man.
Does the league attract the attention of top clubs?
Well, I don't know of top clubs. Maybe
Wait, what do you
like
mean?
I could speak from the fans' perspective. That I mean, the Brazilian league is more attractive to a football fan than
The French
Ligue 1
than the Uber Eats
because
league?
it's just bro.
For what though?
Because the players are generally more skillful in Brazil.
It's a different style. That's for sure.
What style is the
different.
French style, Gabe?
What?
Huh?
What?
What
What's
is the French style? What the
what's
fuck is the French style?
What's the Ligue 1 style?
I mean,
It's
look,
very direct.
It's very direct.
It's very high intensity.
It's very physical,
And
as
it's
well.
less flair and technical
France.
skills than France and or than Brazil and Spain and places like
Y'all
that.
are
Yeah, but I think
Y'all
that
are
takes.
waffling. Y'all are
I think
waffling.
that
How's
takes.
that waffle?
Y'all are
That's
waffling.
In
not,
terms of
I think
the
that
defense,
takes.
it's not a direct league. Are you
No,
crazy?
but I
it's
think
not.
that takes
It's not a
more-
direct league. It's
that's-
just it's not a good league.
I
It's,
said it's
an-
not a direct league. That is definitely how they play.
I think
No,
I don't
they
think it's not a good league, but that's
they
more.
might not be good at being direct, but they try to be.
But being direct,
That's
being
funny.
more direct,
That
being
is-
more
that's not
intense,
direct, yeah.
that has more to do with the training itself and just the structure of
Yeah,
the
yeah.
league. But in terms of talent, Brazil's got it over.
I don't
over
know.
Ligue 1.
You have more potential of finding a random superstar coming from teams like Fluminense. I think that's where Marcelo's from. Palmeiras with Endrick, Santos with Neymar and Rodrigo, Flamengo with Vini.
Mhm.
But that actually, if they played each other in a league like 10 on 10, 10 teams here, 10 teams here, the French teams are winning that shit, bro.
Christ.
For sure.
Hey,
You trying to tell me Leon, if the power still at Leon, he'd be going crazy in the
But I
Brazilian
think
league.
also,
Come on.
if you actually look at France's culture too, especially the
Yeah.
street culture, urban culture, balls like Mahrez come there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Maximin actually played in the Mbappe.
They just won the World Cup and then got to the final of the
There's
World
not
Cup
a
and
single
almost won it
player on
again.
that French national team that plays in France aside from Mbappe.
All I'm gonna say
But that's
is
the talent that was in the country that left.
They came from there though.
Yeah.
Most of them played in academies, and a good amount of that academy is PSG's. So that's what
Oh,
I'm
is
saying.
that true?
Discounting PSG's academy,
Eh,
that French level.
I don't know if that many of them went through the PSG.
the
academy.
French league also produced like half of the Morocco team that we just saw
Yeah,
go
That's true.
crazy.
It's a good point.
Yeah,
Good
I
point.
definitely go with France.
No, yeah, like they're gonna be like even if they're not there the whole time, they
Also-
start there.
Also, PSG struggling. And Lille,
First,
what?
PSG's first.
I know, but they're still. Look at their last 4 or 5 results.
People think
They've been
PSG is
struggling.
wrong. Granted, they do have times that
They also
just-
didn't win it 2 years ago.
Yeah, like they actually
let's be
have
real,
some
yo.
competition.
Let's put a little more respect on France. People like shitting on
That's
that
what
league
I'm
a lot.
saying.
Yeah.
For
People really like shitting on that league.
Shout
Yeah.
out to Brazil too, though.
No, of course, yeah. But I just don't think that's a.
Brazilian.
It's not even a fair comparison for Brazil because they also don't have the finances of France, of the European teams. They don't have the same TV deals. They don't get Champions League money. So it's not even fair to make that comparison.
Yeah.
Speaking of money,
Yeah.
Chelsea.
Yo, Chelsea is always in the news for the wrong reasons, bro.
Not really.
Yeah, a lot of times they're in the news for the wrong reasons.
Abramovich?
I mean, Abramovich.
Yeah.
Can anyone
It
explain to me why Chelsea is able to spend 700 million or 600 million and how financial fair play isn't affected? Do you
Yes.
understand it?
We talked
Yes.
about corruption
We
before.
talked about it, man. I mean, basically, from my understanding of it, every team has to a portion of their money. They can't spend a certain amount of portion of their yearly earnings on purchasing players.
Mhm.
And so what Chelsea has done is basically enter these 6 to 8 year contracts with players,
Mhm.
so that they're only Mudryk. Technically, he's only making 17 million or something. It's a small number because his contract is 100 million, but it's over the course of 8 or 9 years. And so all these players that they're acquiring, technically, each of them is making a minuscule amount of their contract this season. So it's a
But-
finesse.
But spending
No other
money,
team has done that.
But spending money to buy players is not the same as the contract of the individual payment. That's what I'm not understanding.
That's what. But and
What
why
do you
don't
mean?
why don't all teams
Like if
just
the
spend all
$100
their
million,
time-
if I spend $100 million on a player, I'm giving that to the club to acquire the rights to have him
Yeah.
while he's under contract. Now I have a separate negotiation with the player on how much his weekly salary is, 100,000 pounds, whatever. So I'm not understanding how they can spend that much on team-to-team purchase.
Yes.
Well, because a bunch of the players are coming over on a free release. They're
okay.
not paying for the actual acquisition. They're only paying
They still
their
spent 600 million.
Yeah, that's what I'm not getting.
Regardless of whether or not players are coming in for free,
Mhm.
the lump sum of money that y'all have spent seems
but
like
it's
an
but it's
incredible amount.
but it's not money spent right now. You get it? Like it's 600 million in total.
Yes.
But over the course of 8 years, over the course of 6 years.
So you guys are so for example, Mudryk, right?
Yes.
Safe. I don't know how much did y'all buy Mudryk for?
I think it was 100 million.
Okay, so y'all bought Mudryk for 100 million from Shakhtar, right?
Yes.
So now you're gonna pay 17 million a year to Shakhtar for 8 years.
To him.
But what about what y'all paid to Shakhtar?
Yeah, I think it has to be the.
Honestly,
club,
I don't know the
Yeah.
details of the contract in terms of the actual release.
Yeah.
But from my understanding, a number of the players have come on a free transfer in terms of there's no buyout for the actual player. You get what I'm saying?
This
I'm
is
not
like
understanding
mafia.
that, to
How
be
can you
honest.
buy Mudryk for 100 million?
but it was
but
free.
You pay it, but it's free, and then you also pay it in you pay it in small
Bro,
sums.
ask-
Like you're telling me,
ask-
you're
ask-
telling me
ask
the
the
Ukrainians
club.
who are at war right now are accepting 17 million a year for the next 8 years.
Bro,
Yeah.
honestly,
Installment.
ask the finance
Seb's
people.
asking the wrong.
But it has-
I'm like, bro, like,
Especially you, like he gonna have the.
I don't
Nah,
understand
but
how
Kendrick
it
did
seems
act like he had the
unfair.
answers.
Like,
Football,
That's right. Yeah.
That's fine.
football business is
and how come
extremely
all clubs
complicated,
don't do
bro.
this then? If y'all are doing it and it seems like some sort of
They
loophole,
do other shit.
We're gonna look this back up.
But do they know? That's the thing. I
you telling
guess
me that
all-
Chelsea invented this idea last week?
Yeah.
Hey, the American owner, man. You know, Americans gonna find a way to get through some business.
It does seem super American to like pay someone in installments. It seems like an NBA contract.
And if anything, and
It does. It
and
seems
if
like an NBA
anything,
contract.
Mudryk is under a 360 deal, bro.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
They take his
And-
tour money.
and if
Nah.
anything, obviously the clubs are probably getting a portion of whatever, but they're getting it over the course of a number of years.
It has to be the payment to the club that's over the years. The individual contract
No,
shit
it's
won't
both.
matter. No, that obviously because you have a. I'm saying
Why
the
would-
financial fair play shit has to do with
How would a club
money to
accept-
money between club to club money as well.
Why would a club accept that? Because
I don't know.
now
'Cause they need that money.
because they've lost their star player and they only made 17
He
million.
probably didn't want to be there. He probably wanted to go to Chelsea.
One, he
thought he wanted to go to Arsenal.
One, he didn't want to.
right?
He just wanted
But
to be
either
out
way,
of
he
Shakhtar.
wanted. Yeah,
He just wanted to
leave.
be out of Shakhtar,
Yeah.
but at the same time, it's either they get 17 mil or they just keep him in this
And
prolonged.
he doesn't even
So
want to.
they
be
got
there.
some money out of it,
Yeah.
you know.
Installments
And this
are-
is probably the most that they would be getting right now, at all for any player. So
Very
I would say, yeah, as a business decision,
Mm.
it works for them.
All I'm saying is, this is the first. Like at the end of the day, this is the first time we're seeing something like this, at least in recent history. And so it's actually like, let's see what happens.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
fine.
Modric
Let's see
over
what
here
happens.
on a 360 deal. But speaking of 360 deals, is Chelsea moving like music industry executives right now? They're like could have been records.
Come on.
But
Drewski, come on the pod.
speaking of could have been records, speaking of music industry,
Mm.
yo, I wanted to ask because we talk a lot about music
Yeah.
every single week on 5ASIDE Pod, but a body of work, an album in music is like a football season. You know, it's like it's a collective
It is.
thing. It's not just one track, two tracks. It's the games, it's the losses, the draws, the wins.
For sure.
With that being said, as a body of work, an album,
Mhm.
an EP, a cassette, something, what do y'all think is the best musical body of work out
Wow.
Out
can't.
like your
Ever.
favorite.
ever? Your
I think
your
favorite, 'cause
favorite,
it's
your
so
favorite,
subjective,
your
yeah.
favorite album. Well, if it's your favorite, you think it's the best.
Yeah.
But like your favorite musical body of work of all time.
Of all
That,
time.
that can
so
be an
hard,
album,
bro.
that could be
It's
yeah.
mad.
Yeah.
a
I saw that in the
soundtrack.
top of tracks. I say Go album, not even like last
yeah.
5 years.
Nah, ever.
dude,
Goat
I mean-
album.
You got one.
I have
since
one.
you-
I have one.
Good.
Yeah.
Lauren Hill,
Ooh, Miseducation.
Miseducation?
Unreal. That's up there. That's in my top 5. Nah, for sure.
I think.
Yes, sir.
Long
Yes,
Reach.
sir.
Long Reach. Half the
Yes,
Good
sir.
from Ms. Lauren.
I
Nah,
think-
that album's crazy.
Yeah.
The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill
There's
for
no
me.
skips. It's you can play it in almost any occasion, and it just makes me happy whenever I play it.
Yes.
So I think it is, for me, it is the most perfect. It might not be like my favorite album, perhaps, but right now, if you ask me that question, and I had to play an album that I know nobody would have a problem with, and like everyone would be in a good mood after I played it, Miseducation.
Bro, what Lost Ones,
Yeah.
X Factor, To Zion, Doo Wop, Superstar, Final Hour.
The shit with D'Angelo at the end. What's that song
Come on,
called?
bro.
That song is crazy. That's the best mixture of rapping and singing on an album ever, and it's
Yeah.
not close.
Yeah.
I love
Nothing
Drake,
even
but there's
matters.
nothing even
Yeah.
unreal song, bro.
Cause
Shut up.
nothing even
Peak R&B and peak rap
matters
in the same album is crazy.
at all.
And she did that shit in Dipped.
Cause nothing
What's Lauren's
even
other album?
matters
It's nuts.
Shout
Yeah.
out Miss Hill.
at all.
Unreal.
Gee, come
Unreal.
on. Yeah, I'm right there with you, but GOAT album from DJ Soleil.
It may be a unpopular opinion.
Oh boy.
You say something nuts.
Nah. WizKid had an album that he dropped under the alias Starboy, called Sound Man Volume 1. And I don't know. I think it's from like 2019. But yeah, it's an incredible project. It's like 7 songs. Yeah, he got the only feature on there is from Chronix.
Chronix is fire.
Yeah.
And it's just similarly like a really feel good album.
What makes and what's your hold on before I even ask that, what's your goated album?
Yeah.
Do you have one?
I don't think so.
I'm happy
man.
with you.
You don't have
Yeah.
you gonna have to give a few?
Nah, I'll give one. Fuck.
That's hard.
Go ahead.
GOAT is crazy.
Yeah, GOAT's crazy.
But
GOAT is like, yo, if you had to give this to an alien civilization and you're like, this is our representation of Earth, have this.
Yeah.
I'd give them
Yeah.
the Miseducation of Lauryn
Yeah.
Hill.
Here's
bro.
an album, and if you like it, you don't kill us all.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
I
a
think
very
that's
different.
right.
I didn't
That's
get that
goated.
question. Yeah.
Let's go then.
Fuck, man. I might, I'm gonna have to go with some.
Take
It's either
it.
between a Kendrick album or Marvin Gaye, What's Going On from the 70s, because that's just the
Ooh.
greatest shit ever.
Oof. Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm not here.
Everybody knows Kendrick Lamar, so I'll go with Marvin Gaye, What's Going On. Yeah.
That question is above me.
But Kendrick, maybe To Pimp a Butterfly.
We're dying.
Yeah.
To Pimp a Butterfly.
To Pimp a
Definitely.
Butterfly, for sure. Yeah.
No.
All right,
That
for
shit is
sure.
hard. That shit is
I will
hard.
say shout out to this music we're listening to as well. I want to shout out Lil Juice, Big Juicy, French artist. She just dropped a. Why you looking confused?
Hey, I heard Big Juicy. I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's
I
what
don't
she-
know
hey,
what- I
listen.
don't know what we're
We
referring
almost-
to.
yo, we
I don't know what we're referring to, guys.
Almost got the episode without shit like that.
Actually,
Almost.
Chanda-
This is actually our best one
Chanda
yet.
2.0, bro.
I don't know, bro.
Said
I'm
Chanda
just,
Chanda
I'm just saying.
2.0.
Nah, for real. She got a
Gotta stay
single on
focused.
there. Iconic, but nah, she doing her thing. She had a recent track with a Ghanaian artist called J Bag called Mob. She hard, bro. She doing her thing.
Tough.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out Paris. It was just Paris Fashion Week too.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Fresh music hard for real.
Yo, speaking of Paris Fashion Week, we should be out there.
New
I'm
York
just saying,
Fashion Week coming up, we
needs
gonna be
to-
there.
Somebody needs to
New York's
get us
like
out
2
there,
weeks.
Set up
bro,
the
'cause
transition. Let's talk
yeah.
about it.
5ASIDE podcast is the flyest podcast out here, bro. It's not even close, especially in the footy space, bro. Like we put it together every single time. Shout out to Kim Kardashian, you know what I'm saying? I feel like she was inspired by watching 5ASIDE.
Oh, for
Pod.
sure.
So now she's over here wearing vintage Roma kits.
Inspired by Seb himself.
This is what we yeah, I think
I actually
Sebastian
have that joke.
Yo, was she at Art Basel, bro?
Yeah.
She might have been. Yeah, it makes sense.
I think Sebastian inspired Kim Kardashian to start getting into footy. So, and that's what we do.
Kim,
Fuck,
come on the
Drake,
pod.
the
Drake's wearing the
trendsetter.
Napoli jacket too.
I would not like
Bro.
her on the pod, personally.
Who?
Kim Kardashian.
Nah, I'm taking Kim on
Thanks
the
for
pod.
putting that in. He put
That's
that-
fine. She can sit right there, nigga.
I
What?
give Kim my seat so she can sit
Kim
right next to
K?
you. So you can look at her and say that.
We gonna ask her
Be
about
like, I
footy.
didn't want you to be on the pod.
Kendrick out here letting the people know.
He only wants 1K on the podcast. And that's Kendrick.
We already have Kwasi though. It doesn't work at all.
That's
Nah, he
crazy.
tried it. Definitely tried
Sorry,
it.
sorry.
But yeah,
Uncle
bro,
Eli.
5ASIDE podcast, flyest podcast out here.
Let's get
And
it.
we going to break down what we're wearing as always today, starting with Schoolboy Seb. What you got on?
Schoolboy Seb.
So today I'm actually wearing this is a jersey from Ethiopia, the capital city Addis.
Ooh.
So Addis, Ethiopia is like a huge exporter of coffee, and this happens to be the #1 coffee brand in Ethiopia, and they bought like the soccer team of the club, so it's called Bunna FC.
Bunda FC?
Bunna,
Cheers!
bro.
What? They play in the Nyash League? Oh, no. Bunda FC is crazy. But go on.
They have I don't know. I love this jersey because it has like a little black kid
You
with
were
an
so
afro. I
close.
think it's just cool. So
So close.
yeah.
Nah, I love that. That's
Yeah.
fly. What's
Nah, it's
the
hard,
rest
bro.
of the fit, bro?
I don't know, bro. Khakis and
I
Come
thought
on,
that gas
nigga.
up there to the
You sound like your uncle.
Yeah.
Some khakis.
It's khakis.
Damn.
Chelsea man.
Chelsea man is crazy.
Yeah, I remember that now.
We got the vintage Chelsea kit straight from Seb. Shout out to him for that. The Cortez all black track pants and the in Hollywood 2 material
Oof.
Can't see it on
sandals.
camera.
I doing.
Comfy today.
I feel like the phone case is part of the fit too.
Oh,
Bubble.
honestly.
the bubble coat.
You know what I'm
Keep your
saying?
phone warm.
The puffer. Yo, you really a New Yorker?
Keep your phone warm.
Are you from New York even?
Nah,
Trying,
bro.
son.
You got a puffer on your phone.
Puff on the phone. That's
That's
fire.
a different level.
It's like
You know what I'm saying? Listen, man, on my side, the guitar, the ukulele is part of the fit. For me, it's just a vibe.
Survive.
It's a vibe with 5ASIDE.
Hey.
Please join me on this ride.
Hey.
Okay, cute.
The homies gonna
jazz music.
slide.
Yeah, yeah.
Homies
My
gonna-
brother's gonna ride.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You're really a musician. Like, at
Come
heart.
vibe
In
with
your
5
soul,
aside.
Oh,
You're really
we're
a
gonna make a
musician.
song and put it on Patreon, by the way.
In your soul, though.
In your soul. Maybe
Yeah, gold
Shout out Kyrie. That
accessories.
nigga
A
killed.
little shout out to my boy Utrell that made this handmade ring. He's
Fire.
also a fire saxophonist. And yeah, man, just again.
E.
The E on the ears. E on the ears. E, 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 E. But yeah,
Dolphin.
that's
Say
what I'm
dolphin
back.
sounds right after this.
What you got on?
Today I don't think I'm wearing this on the pod yet. I got a little New Balance because we stay with the balance. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
A little bit of pink on it, a little bit of blue on it. I forgot what number. These are the 997Hs.
Mm-hmm.
Got the little zippity zips on the pants. Something
zoop.
black. You know what I'm saying? Got the drawstrings on it too. Turbo market on the tee. Big up my boy C5ASIDE. He's always going crazy with designs. Got mad ballers wearing it. So shout out Turbo Market. You know, same jewelers before from the Lovely Rose. You know what I'm saying? So
Nah,
but yeah.
back to it.
Oh, Casablanca. It's a brand. Heady won't be wearing it. It's lit.
Jeez.
Shout out Turbo Market. Shout out Minnesota.
She.
Got ballers from all the leagues, all the sports
Thirsty.
for real. We kept it calm today. Just got a Nike tracksuit on. Got beautiful struggles on the socks. Know what I mean? Got the cocaines on the feet. Black,
Uptown.
black and white. That's what's going on today.
My son got the Tony Montanas on his feet.
You know
The
what I
Uptowns,
mean?
baby.
Yes, sir.
Uptowns,
And on the
man.
head top.
Dewey.
Listen,
Come on.
I'm gonna be wearing one next spot.
5ASIDE podcast, man. We appreciate
Yeah,
y'all
getting
for
braced.
joining us. As always, road to 1K. We about to reach 1,000 subscribers on
Subscribe.
YouTube. Make sure y'all subscribe, like, share this with everybody you know, your mom's, cat's, dog's neighbor.
Download
Make
on
sure-
Spotify.
Yes, download. Make sure you rate us 5 stars. Make sure you tap in with us on all social media
For sure.
platforms. And we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We gonna see y'all on the next episode.
Peace.
Peace.
Deuces.